Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining us today is your city administrator, Chad Brecklin. Chad, welcome back to the show. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing well, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Battling a little bit of cold. We got it from the kid from the daycare who gave it to the mom, who gave it to the daughter, who gave it to dad. So it's one of those like, and yeah, you can even hear the wife cough every once in a while here. But we're doing okay.
Cue the sound effects.
Yeah, go ahead and cue the cough. No, we're good. No, we got a lot to get to today, Chad. We'll turn right to the election. Absentee ballots went out, and there's a few changes happening here, mainly in the Dropbox side of things. But tell us what you know on the election update for us.
Yeah, so we do have an election here coming up April 5th. And as you mentioned, Jeremy, there have been some changes to the legalities surrounding ballot drop boxes in particular. The city has allowed absentee ballots to be placed in the drop box out in our lobby area or vestibule area of the main entrance to City Hall. However, with that law change, that is no longer acceptable. The only way to turn in, there are two ways to turn in an absentee ballot now. That is to physically hand it to one of our clerks at the front counter here. And our hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Or the other option is to mail it back to the city. And obviously, if you choose to do the mailing route, you'll want to be sure to leave an adequate amount of time for the Postal Service to process and mail that or deliver that ballot to the city clerk's office in time for the April 5th election. So we do have some signage posted as you enter City Hall for anyone, just as a friendly reminder that, please don't put those absentee ballots in the drop box or they cannot be counted. And, we encourage folks to use those absentee ballots. That does tend to be a bit more convenient for folks usually. And of course, some folks prefer to vote in person. And if you choose to do so, we can definitely talk about polling locations since there's been some changes to those as well.
Yeah, that would be my next area to talk about. We'll note that you can only drop off your own ballot too. Another thing, you have to drop it off via your own. So husband and wife thing, you both got to bring it in. You both got to hand it directly to the clerk. The election, we didn't change our polling locations, but the district maps did change. So you might be voting at a different place than last time. Why did that happen?
So as we've talked about in previous updates, the city did do its redistricting process last year, which is done every 10 years after the census. And that did adjust some of our district boundaries. And those district boundaries are all generally within a few hundred people of population, so that there's some consistency there. And so depending on if the boundaries of your aldermanic district changed or not, you could be voting in a different location. So I could go through those real quick. I had pulled them up in advance of our conversation here, Jeremy, and if your viewers will humor me a little bit and bear with me, but our District 1 polling place will be at Little John's Restaurant, which is 5302 Verona Road. District 2's polling location is the Wyndham Garden Hotel at 2969 Cahill, Maine. District 3 will be at the community center here on the City Hall campus, which is at 5510 Lacey Road. And then finally, District 4 residents will vote at Fire Station number 1, which is at 5791 Lacey Road. So all of the polling locations are within the boundaries of their respective aldermanic districts, which was a bit of a deviation from the past as well.
Yeah, and all of that, by the way, is online at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. So if Chad did, if you missed it because Chad was going quick, no, Chad, you did great here presenting that, and certainly we'll keep reminding folks here on Talking Fitchburg as it gets closer on where they'll be going. But thanks for that update. Construction, we talked a little bit about this last time, but as we do get closer, we do have some construction coming up. Just real quick, Chad, easy for me to say, some of the major projects that they'll be on some of the major corridors, major thoroughfares of our roadway. If I said that right.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. And,
I'm like, what's the best buzzword? And I just tried them all. So
yeah. So I know road construction has definitely been front and center for anyone living and or driving through Fitchburg the last several years between Verona Road, McKee Road, and Fish Hatchery Road. I'm happy to report that those projects have all concluded. However, that doesn't mean road construction is complete in Fitchburg. We do have two notable road projects that are on the docket for this road construction season. The first one being Lacey Road from Seminole Highway to Fitcherona Road. That is going to be a complete reconstruction project, also with the addition of a roundabout at Seminole and Lacey. And then the second notable road construction project is a reconstruction project continuing on South Scion Road. That'll go from Aurora Avenue, which is just south of Lacey Road, to the north of East Sherrill Parkway. You'll see signalized intersections being added at Scion and Lacey and Scion and East Sherrill as part of that project. And then, of course, the annual road maintenance work will take place at various locations throughout the city where Public Works will be contracting with the company to go ahead and do, like a slurry type, tar slurry type treatment on a number of roads to help extend the useful lifespan of those roadways.
Yeah, and we'll continue to talk about those as they come up. But we had a listening session last night, and that's where we're going to end this with the Ag and Rural Affairs Commission. It has a annual listening session. It was at a beautiful farm down on Fish Hatchery Road. Four Winds, I believe, is the name of that place. And if you missed it, we have that for rebroadcast. But why is it important to have listening session in general? Speaking wise, what happened there, but why is it so important that we do have these?
Yeah, well, in this case, it's been a couple of years, obviously, with the pandemic, since the Ag and Rural Affairs Committee could have its annual listening session. So we held it last night. Yes, it was at the Four Winds Farm, which is the restored barn and event venue on South Fish Hatchery Road near Adams Road, which is, as you mentioned, just a beautiful facility. It was the first time I had gotten inside of it, and it was just masterfully redone. Kudos to the owners. But listening sessions in general are quite important. It provides an opportunity for our residents and community members to have interaction with their elected officials and or city employees. They can ask questions, they can get updates, just generally engage in dialogue, both formally and informally, and allows people to just talk, and get to know one another, build relationships, and generally, hopefully, get a better understanding and ideally an appreciation for both government operations and its impact and effects on our residents and community members.
Yeah, it's important stuff, and we have a lot of them. Believe it or not, we do have a lot of them. Usually targeted topics, more or less. But this one, great chance to hear from our rural area. And if you missed that meeting, we'll have it up on Fact TV for you. Just go to our website, fitchburgwi.gov, to check that out. Chad, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. And we finally want to ask, who did you pick for your Final Four? So
I haven't made my selection yet, but I will be making that tonight.
Well, are you sure you haven't made it? Like, you sure it's not WI?
Well, my heart will be rooting for those Badgers without a doubt, but sometimes my head has to overrule my heart, at least as it goes to picking. But I do like the Badgers' chances this year, particularly if they can play to their capabilities. I certainly think they could go deep in the tournament. I'm
hoping for a Iowa Badger game to get to the Final Four. That's what I'm hoping for. But both Andrew and I picked the Badgers to go on the show, so we just had to ask you quick, see where you were going. But
smart men.
Yeah, right. I see you picking Gonzaga, but that's just me. We'll see what happens.
There could be the team to beat. We'll see.
All right, Chad. Thank you so much again for your time. We'll check in with you next month.
You bet. Thanks, guys.
You bet. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.